Welcome to the Get Your Mind Right podcast. Every day, I want to be the first voice inside of your head, the first voice that motivates you to move. I put out these powerful segments every single day because I know the truth. The truth is that when you change your mind, you change your life. So let me, Ryan Stewman, the hardcore closer, get your mind right. Let me give you some wisdom and insight here. Life should never get easier. You should just work harder. You see, when you work out, you don't lift the same amount of weight forever. You lift weight until the weight becomes easy. Then you add more weight to it. You don't say, okay, I've peaked. I'm going to lift 200 pounds and that's all I'll ever lift. The workout should never be easy. The workout should always be harder. Even the same workout should be harder because you should put more weight. That's how you grow. You grow through the pain. You grow through stacking the weights. You grow through pushing your limits, through pushing more. And yet so many people go through life and they say, oh, I'm just trying to make it to easy street. You should never be on easy street. You should always, always, always strive to be stronger because that's how we grow. Strength through pushing your limits. Strength through testing yourself. The workout should never be easy. Life should never be easy. You should always test your limits. And then when you bust through those limits, you should set new limits. Then when you bust through those limits, you should set limits. The minute that your life becomes easy, you are a victim of the force of average. You have been taken back to your comfort zone and you are losing the game of life against people like myself and others who are pushing, striving, and stacking the weight on top of each other. You see, for everything in the natural, there's a supernatural correlation. So if you have to add more weight to get your muscles to grow, you got to take on more responsibility to get your life to grow. You got to take on more time, more items, more actions, more tasks in order to watch your growth expand in the marketplace. You got to be more for your family in order to show up more and be the dad that you never had or the mom that you never saw. You should always stack the weights. The moment that you decide that you've peaked, the moment that you decide that that weight's enough, the moment you decide to repeat that easy workout and not push harder, push faster, push stronger, push farther, that's the minute that you start losing to the people that are willing to test their limits, to the people that are pushing and setting different boundaries every day, to the people who are doing everything they can to grow in every single way possible. Today, as I leave CrossFit, we do the same old workout. It's one of those name WODs like Murph or whatever the case. And every time I do it, it's never easier because I'm up against the clock trying to beat the last time I did it. Even though it's the same weight, the same reps, now I'm running against the clock. So now my job is to be faster. Tomorrow, when I go back to CrossFit and I do another workout, you know what? It's going to be the same workout that I've done before, but this time I'm going to have to stack the weight. And guess what? Then I'm going to stack the weight and beat the clock. Why? Because I love a challenge. Because if it was easy, I wouldn't know how to do it. If it was easy, I wouldn't want to do it. If it's not hard, I don't want to do it. You see, my friend David Goggins, who talks about callous in the mind, he says, we do the things that suck. If it's not hard, we don't want to part. I'm telling you, that's how you prepare yourself for all the struggle. That's how you prepare yourself for everything in life to come against you. Because see, if you're testing boundaries, if you're pushing limits, when the struggle shows up, you can smack that motherfucker right in the face, laugh at it, and keep pushing through your momentum and trajectory. But the minute that you let the struggle smack you is the minute that you fall back to the force of average and you just become an average-ass person. You think about it, you might be testing your income limits right now. Last year in 2017, there was 495,000 new millionaires. So what's your excuse? You might be testing the limits of your family. I know people with 19 kids. I met a lady the other day, foster parent, 19 kids. 4 of them were her own. You might be testing the limits with employees. There's people like Microsoft that employ tens of thousands of people worldwide. Always test your limits. Never settle. Stack the weight. Beat the clock and prepare yourself for growth by any means necessary. If you enjoyed this message, make sure you share it with somebody who needs to grow, somebody who needs to stack the weight, somebody who needs to push their limits, beat the clock. Share it on social media, send an email. Make sure you leave me a review on iTunes. And if you're looking to surround yourself with people who are growing, who are pushing, who are racing the clock, go to BFA, that's short for Break Free Academy, BFAentourage.com, and we'll catch you on the next episode.